morning, or depending when you're watching this, good afternoon, good evening, or good night. My name's Ross, and as always told, out of voice of radio. So today, I am here to share with you some interesting celebrations facts, including news of some hyper rare celebrations cards that we didn't even know existed. I know, right? Let's have a gander. So you may or may not have seen, but I certainly have, that over Twitter, over the past couple of days, well, really yesterday, since these cards in Japan and Hong Kong and Taiwan, etc., have started making their way out to people, there have been images shared like this. Shout out to the lovely Tunu1223 for sharing this with us. And you will notice that what we have here is on the left, a regular Pikachu from Celebrations, or the 25th anniversary collection as it's called in Japan. And it is exactly as we would expect it to be. I mean, it's in Japanese because it's a Japanese card, but it is exactly what we would expect. Everything looks okay. What's that one on the right? Because you see, ladies and gentlemen, that one on the right does not look like a regular one. What we've got is a weird kind of holo pattern. Now, I don't know exactly what people are calling that. I think mirrors, which doesn't really work because Japan have been using mirror holo for a while, and this isn't what people generally refer to as mirror holo. It's kind of like square holo, or I don't really know. But it is a different kind of holo pattern that we don't have. So now we get to the question of, well, hang on a second. How rare is this? Very, very rare. Now, the lovely Primal Lugia has heard from a source in Japan who said that from one carton yesterday, they pulled 3 to 5 cards. So they opened a bunch of cartons and they were getting 3 to 5 mirrors per carton. One carton is 20 boxes, each box is 16 packs, so each carton is 320 packs. That's a lot of packs, ladies and gentlemen. That's a lot of packs. We're basically talking about one mirror, one card, in every 4 to 6 boxes about. About 4 to 6 boxes in order to go and get yourself one of these mirror cards. One every 60 to 100 packs. I'm being a little bit lazy with the maths and the rounding here to make sure we can use nice round numbers. But if it is 5 per carton, that's 5 in 320 packs, which is about 1 per 60 packs. And if it's 3 per carton, that's 3 per 320 packs, which is about 1 in 100 packs. That is rare, ladies and gentlemen. That is really, really rare. Now, I am assuming, I could be wrong, but I'm assuming here that you're not going to get this kind of holofoil pattern on all the Vs, VMAXs, etc. That really wouldn't make much sense. So we're talking potentially 17 different cards that could potentially have this mirroring. So if you're getting 3 to 5 per carton, then you're talking 4 or 5 cartons to try and get the complete set of them. You can see where this is going, right? These just became like ultimate chase cards, and they're honestly kind of beautiful. I've seen images, you know, this image of a Mew here was taken from a video shared by Tunu1223, and, you know, the image on the screen does not do it justice, like even a little bit. You really kind of need to see them in person and actually take a good look at them in order to, and I haven't been able to do that yet, which is genuinely sad. But basically, these are ridiculously rare cards, and, you know, you could easily buy multiple boxes and just get nothing. Like I'm saying, 3 to 5 per carton. One carton is 20 boxes. And we don't have the exact number, you know, 3 to 5 per carton. It seems to be averaging. Let's take that as an average. Then we're talking 4 mirrors per carton, which is 1 per 5 boxes. And with boxes being 16 packs, you're talking about 80 packs to try and get one of these cards. And let's not forget, not all of these cards are made equal. I showed you Mew and Pikachu. They are going to be very sought after cards. Me, personally, I am convinced that the best artwork in the set is Kyogre. That seems like it's going to be a cheaper card. Lugia is not going to be an easy one to try and pick up, but something like Cosmog, that one might be a little bit easier. Some of them are going to be easier to get than others. I think this is weird, and it's not what I was expecting to see, and, you know, the set's not really out properly till tomorrow. Well, actually, to be fair, it's out in a couple hours in Japan. In fact, by the time you see this video, it might already be out. But the point is, this is a weird situation featuring some hyper rare cards. We think the pull rate tends to be about 1 per 5 boxes. That is not confirmed. We don't have any idea of pricing here because they just haven't got out to the market. Hopefully in the next few days, week or so, we will be able to get a bit of a sense about exactly how much these cards are worth. But the point is, they've just dropped some, like, stealthily super rare chase version of all these cards, and that is awesome. Again, I've not seen any Vs and VMAXs, and I wouldn't expect Vs and VMAXs. This mirror, foil, square, call it what you will, it wouldn't fit on those cards. It wouldn't make sense. It wouldn't really work. There are also questions as to whether there are the same amount of all of these, whether some cards there are more of these square foils out there. That's a question we can't get into, although I imagine it's not true. I imagine there's the exact same amount of all of them, but I think it's fair to say that Pikachu with that foiling it's going to become not a particularly cheap card. I mean, just for argument's sake, let's say there is 1 per 5 boxes, 1 per 80 packs. But now let's assume that all 17 of these cards are actually equally likely. That means there is one of these Pikachu in every 1,360 packs. That's redonk, ladies and gentlemen. That's redonk. Now, another thing which was brought to my attention yesterday, and this actually fixes one of the big questions I had about this set in Japan and other Asian countries. I received a tweet yesterday from somebody very lovely. It was Derek over on Twitter, @DerHKG, who opened a V-Union pack and got Pikachu V-Union. All 4 parts of Pikachu V-Union. Remember, over in Japan, they are 5-card packs where you get 1 Holo Energy and 4 cards. And I've been doing some digging and asking around, and this is the way they're dealing with V-Union over in Japan. And then, obviously, Hong Kong, Taiwan, Korea, etc. Because I told you that this was in the set. But I also told you that that led to some awkwardness, because obviously it's 4 parts of a card that all go together to make the same card, and then there would be situations where you had, you know, more of the top left corner than all the others, and that was actually going to be super awkward and annoying, because it happened in the Transformers trading card game all the time. Well, great news. It seems that actually the way it works is, if you get Pikachu V-Union, you literally open up a pack which has all 4 parts of Pikachu V-Union. Now, I've also done some digging around and found, and again, this is not confirmed, but it seems to hold true, they are not guaranteed. I.e., if you buy a box of the 25th anniversary collection, you are not guaranteed to actually get yourself a pack that has Pikachu V-Union in. You may, but you may not. So it's not a case of one of your boosters in the box will have it. That's not the way it works. But I adore this. How wonderful a solution is this? It's phenomenal. Because what this basically does is it means nobody is going to end up with the bottom left-hand side 4 times, but all the rest twice. Everybody is going to end up with either nothing or complete V-Unions, and I adore this, ladies and gentlemen. For a card that only works when you've got all 4 parts, this is cool. Also, how much of a rush is it going to be to open up a pack with all 4 parts of the V-Union in? Imagine, you know, I mean, the non-nerdy collectors like yourself and I, definitely me at least, might not be you, but definitely me. But imagine some kid goes and buys a random pack over in Japan, and they open up that random pack, and then all of a sudden it's got all 4 parts of Pikachu V-Union in. That is going to be so wonderful. So wonderful. And I just want to finish, and this is something I've alluded to before, but I just want to make a point of talking about it very quickly here, because I've only mentioned it in passing before. The cards from Celebrations, that classic collection, they're tournament legal. This was pointed out by the lovely Will Post over on Twitter, and I'm a big fan of Will, so anytime I can give Will some love, absolutely going to. And some of these cards are actually still legal. You know, Reshiram, Zekrom, Mewtwo, Xerneas, Mega Rayquaza, and Tapu Lele GX, they are still legal in the expanded format. And they're all legal in Unlimited and blah, blah, blah. But, you know, Tapu Lele is a great example. Wonder Tag, brilliant ability, sees a huge amount of play in Expanded. And now that card is perfectly legal. And the reason it's legal is, if you look at Tapu Lele GX, it's got the Guardians Rising set symbol, and it's got the number 60 out of 145. And it's textured, and it's got a different holo pattern, and it's got the 25th anniversary logo. But it's the same card. Essentially, it is exactly the same card with a different finish. But because it's got the same set symbol and number on the bottom left-hand corner of the card, this is totally legal for tournament play. Now, the others, I'm going to be honest with you, are not terribly relevant in Expanded. Mega Rayquaza, to be fair, is actually still a really fun deck. There's just a lot of counters to it in Expanded now. And Mewtwo's always going to be Mewtwo. It's not the heyday of Mewtwo, but it's still kind of cool. I just love this. And I've been singing the praises of Celebrations for a while now. And I might do a video about this in the next couple of weeks, we'll see how it goes. But there are so many little things that Pokemon have done just to make that set a little bit cooler that they didn't need to do. They didn't need to design these cards to make them tournament legal, but they have. And that's a huge advantage for all of us as players. It's one more little thing, and you know that wasn't an accident. You know there was a conversation as to whether they should give them a new Classic Collection set symbol and numbering, or keep their old ones. I mean, I can't guarantee that happened, that's what I was about to say. But you know it did. You know that conversation happened. It had to have. But in the end, they kept the old numbering, which makes them legal for tournament play. And I know there are people out there who are searching around trying to get Umbreon Star and trying to get Luxray GL Level X. Because these are really good cards in old formats. But trying to get an Umbreon Star and a Luxray Level X, they're actually super annoying to try and get hold of at a decent price. Well, now, ladies and gentlemen, wonderful news. You can just use these ones. Although, to be fair, that these being tournament legal isn't that important. Because, of course, even if they weren't tournament legal, they're the same. You still could have used them. You know, you're only playing for fun at home, generally. So I just love this. This is really cool. I mean, the real big news story in this video was those hyper rare square miracle and what you will foils. But Celebrations just seems to be the set that keeps on giving. It feels like every day I've got a new video to show you just some more cool stuff about Celebrations. And I know there are at least some really cool stuff coming in Hong Kong and Taiwan that they've actually not gone and revealed yet. They've shown us it's coming, but they've not actually shown us what the products are. So at the very least, I'll hopefully be able to show you that in the not too distant future. And I just remain very excited. But I want to hear from you guys. I want to know how excited you are. I want to know how cool you think this is. I want to know basically anything you want to tell me. So let me know in the comment section. Go nuts! Be nice! And then make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, follow me on Twitter at TheWasi, and Twitch for some live action at twitch.tv/PTCG Radio. If you want to support the channel, get some bonus podcasts and all that good stuff, head on over to patreon.com/PTCG Radio, where you can do exactly that. But by far the most important thing, as always, look after yourselves till next time, would ya? Thank you very much for watching. My name's Ross, and you've been watching PTCG Radio.